We'll splice it in.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, everyone. This is Susan at Windmill Ridge Budgets and More. And after my grocery haul video the other day, I told you guys that we were going to be cutting up a chicken so we could save the carcass and make chicken soup because it is colder than Billy Ned out there. So I'm going to pull up my sleeves. I've already washed my hands. They're impeccably clean. The surfaces are impeccably clean and we are ready to go. So let's just go ahead and we'll take off the wings, the legs, the thighs, and then we'll deal with everything else. So right here in this line, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a line right here. We're gonna just cut that skin and that will help us to separate out the leg from the thigh and the rest of the chicken. There we go. I think you can see that just fine. Go all the way back here. And then if we want to take the thigh away from the drumstick, we can, but it's not critical because this piece now is a leg quarter and you can buy leg quarters at the store. So it is ready to go. I'm going to put it on my tray over here that I've got lined with parchment. And we will get that into a baggie here in a little bit and then we'll freeze that. All right, so the wing, we're gonna be looking for, boy, this is a meaty one. We're gonna be looking for that little joint. There it is. You can't see that, I know, but I can feel the little notch right there. So we're gonna cut right there and come up underneath this little armpit. And then we'll take that wing out. Now, some of your restaurants will cut down into the white meat of the chicken and include that with the wing. I don't like to do that. I just like to take the wing as it is. If you want to tuck in the tips, you can. If you want to separate the flat from the drumstick, you can, but I'm not going to worry about that. Now we'll do the other side. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do the other wing, shall we? Why not? So we're going to look for that little notch. Right there it is. And if you go in between, you don't have to do hardly anything. If you've got a nice sharp knife, you are good to go. There we are. There's the other wing. And the other leg and thigh. Here we go. So I took my chicken out of the bag and gave it a rinse, took out the giblets and everything from the inside. That will also, I don't know if you saw that, I went along that line and we're going to come right across the back. There we go. And I'll freeze the giblets too, and we'll use that later. There we go. All right. Come on, sugar. Now, if I can get this to cooperate with me, we'll be in grand shape. Every now and then, it wants to hold on. This appears to be one of those every now and thens. There. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cause an earthquake. Voila. There's the other leg quarter. Right here is that little notch. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there. But we're not going to cut that right now. All right, now this is going to be the interesting part. I've got my little flexible cutting mats here that are kind of going around everywhere. Okay, we're going to cut right down the middle of the breastbone. And we'll do this in several cuts. We're going to take our time. We're not going to get in a rush because what we're going to do is we're going to take this whole breast piece off down to the bone because we're not going to just cut it in half basically like we did last time. We're going to follow that bone and just follow it across. There we go. There we are. Easy peasy, y'all. This is super, super simple. There's your chicken breast, and right there, this little piece, that's your chicken finger. That's your tenderloin right here. It just comes right apart. So if you want to do that separate, you could. If you want to take the skin off, now you got boneless, skinless. Either way, you do you. You decide what you want. I personally like the skin because it's got flavor. And so anyway, so there we are for that. We do have more meat on here, which you can take out if you want to, or you can leave it with the carcass, which is what I'm going to do today. Because all the meat that is on the carcass is going to go into our soup. All the bones are going to go in there too, because there's lots of good stuff in the bone. If you like bone broth, this is an awesome way to make a good broth. Okay, we're going to follow. There we go. Just take your time. Just let your knife do the work. There we go. Follow all along. Now, there is a lot more meat here than you realize. You may think, oh, that's not that much. It really, really is. Now we're going to cut that skin from the other side. Beautiful, beautiful piece of chicken. Now, I think I am going to cut this piece of skin right there. There we go. So here again on the back, right here, this is your tenderloin. That's your chicken finger. So there we go. Now, y'all, this is all going in the pot. This is going in the crock pot. Here, let me go wash my hands and I'll show you what I'll be doing. Bear with me. Okay, now, let me go get my crock pot and I'll show you what we're going to put in there. This little piece of skin is going to go in. All of this carcass is going to go in. And I have some vegetables that are also going to go in. So let me get this moved a little out of our way. And we'll be ready to do that. Here we go. That can move over there. Cool. Crock pot and hopefully in the shot. We're going to put our chicken carcass in here. We're going to put that skin in there and that little bitty bit of meat in there. And I cut 1 carrot, 1 stalk of celery, and a small onion. And we're just going to put that in there, y'all, because this probably won't make it into our soup, but it's going to be to flavor the broth. So we're just going to throw all of that in there. And then I'm going to go fill it up with water. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. So you're just going to fill up as much as your crock pot will hold. If you have a bigger crock pot and you put in more vegetables, that's fine. It's not going to hurt a thing. Let me get this out of here. Don't want that liner caught off down there betwixt the two. I'm going to put in my favorite Cavenders in there with it, and then we're going to plug it in, and this is going to go all day long. Don't know if soup is going to be on the menu for tonight or not, but it definitely will be for tomorrow. So this is going to take a while to slow cook. So anyway, okay guys, I'm going to put all of this chicken into a Ziploc bag so I can freeze it or stick it off in the fridge, and then I'll come back and we'll show you how to do soup. All right guys, see y'all later. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Susan at Windmill Ridge Budgets and More, and I would love to welcome y'all to the herd today. So, as promised, we started the chicken stock yesterday, and I took that last night. I let it cool, put it in a baggie. Actually, this is the bag from the crock pot, and it is tied up and in the Ziploc bag. Here we go, if I can get hold of it. And put into the fridge to cool overnight. Now, this is going to be a little drippy, I'm sure. But we're going to take this, untie it, and we're going to pour it, let me move this over, into our crock pot with a wire strainer that's in it. So that way we can catch all of the bones, all of the skin, and things that we don't want in our soup. So you can do a colander, that would be fine. Hopefully I can do this without making a ginormous mess. I mean, if a mess can be made, I can do it, I promise. Here we go. All right, so now all of our broth goodness is down in the crock pot. And what we're going to do right now is we're just going to pick out what we don't want. Or actually, we're going to pick out what we do want, because what we don't want is going to be in the strainer. So I'm going to pick out the meat that I do want. The giblets, of course, I kept and put in a bag. And so we're just going to kind of roughly go through this, hopefully avoiding any small, tiny bones. The vegetables that we put in there for flavor, we're not going to use. They've given up whatever they have. And so we're going to put in all new veggies for our actual soup. So, how's the weather where y'all are? We are really cold here, super cold. And it's like in the 20s. This is one of the few days of the year that it actually gets into the 20s or lower. Thank goodness. And it's a dry front, so we didn't get any precipitation yet with it. So I was checking the map yesterday, and honestly, I believe Amy over in Scotland, Amy and Amy by Nature over in Scotland, was warmer than we were. She is much further north, of course, and she was warmer than we were. So I tell you, this weather, but it's January. We're supposed to have cold weather here. So anyway, so all of this meat that I'm getting out of here was just the meat that was left over on the back, whatever was left over around the keel bone, and that is it. This was no extra legs or thighs or anything. Let's see. All right, those are the biggest pieces. Now this is a small crock pot too. So a lot of y'all have a much larger crock pot than this. So, you know, base yours accordingly. This is a 4-quart crock pot, which is pretty small in terms of crock pots these days. They are a lot bigger. I think that's just a chunk of fat, y'all. And so, you know, this is the perfect size for us. For 2 people, this is the perfect size. Oh, look, a wishbone. There we are. I didn't cut into the wishbone because I cut on either side of that keel bone, so it saved the wishbone. So if anybody in your family loves the wishbone, there you go. So we're going to pick this. This is part of the neck that you could pick away. Let me tell you, my grandmother would pick every little tiny bit off of that. You know she would. She didn't waste anything. All right, let's see what else. I think that's pretty good. We won't even need to chop this necessarily. I might want to cut that because it's already so small. All right, I think we are going to call that good. I have already cut my carrots and the onion. That's a half an onion and 2 carrots. I don't peel my carrots, y'all. There's vitamins and there's fiber in that peel, and I'm not going to waste it. I'm just not. So here, hold on. There's a little bit here on this back. Talk about not wasting anything. Yeah. Okay, that's a bone. Those are all bones. Skin, we don't want that. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Well, let's see if I can wipe off the hands a little bit. Since this is cooked chicken, I'm not too concerned about, you know, cross-contamination and everything. That's not a huge worry. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's yummers, y'all. Okay, so we're going to put this chicken back in. Put that over there in the sink. And then we're going to cut this celery. Now, celery is something that is a little bit more work. All of that going back in. Hopefully you can see what I was doing. All right, now, celery is a little different animal because it does have, hold on just a moment, we're gonna do something about that. Here, let's get a clean one, shall we? It does need a little bit of cleaning. There we go. I'm gonna cut this here, but I'm gonna save this for later. This is going, all the leaves, it's going to be going in at the last minute because those leaves have a lot of flavor and they'll lend a nice green, you know, leafy texture after you cut it up. So we're going to clean this, and by cleaning I mean I'm going to take my knife right here on the edge, get hold of it, and we're going to pull out those strings hopefully. We're just going to pull those off. Mother Nature's dental floss, right? Here we go. And we're just going to pull those off. All right. Pull them, pull them, pull them, pull them. Now, I am going to cut these in small pieces, so it's not going to be as bad than if you were just going to eat a piece of celery. But it's okay. 5, 4, 3. Okay, now we're gonna slice them real small. And we'll add them to the bowl with the onions and the celery. And the carrots. I keep saying celery. And if some of this gets cut a little smaller, it's okay. And y'all, I'm not a professional chef, so I don't do that thing where my other hand is really, really close to the knife. Because I figure if anybody's going to cut a finger off, it'll be me. So I keep my fingers way out of the way. All right, so to this, all of this goodness, the beautiful broth that we have over here, the nice fresh veg, we are going to add, here we go, get rid of this, all the strings. See, that's what I didn't want in there, was all the strings. Don't need that. Nobody needs that. So we're going to put our celery, beautiful green celery, our orange carrots, white onions, and we're going to do some garlic. We'll do a little minced garlic. I go ahead and buy it already chopped. Again, it's a convenience, I know. I'm going to do, this is a demi-tasse spoon, so it is a small, small spoon, but that probably is about, a teaspoon or so. And I also put in curry. So we're going to dump that into the crock. There we go. And we're going to put in, I don't know how much. I never measure the curry. Let's see how much that gives us. Mostly for color, but it does give us a little flavor. Maybe half a teaspoon or so. And it lends a nice, beautiful, yellowy, golden color. So we'll add that. And I've got, I don't know how much this is. It's like 2 handfuls of white noodles. Now, I'm also going to add some more water to this. So we will put the lid on it. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the leaves here. And let's just take these leaves off. And we might as well go ahead and do this little bitty bit and add it to the pot as well. There we go. Chopping, chopping. Leaving the fingers intact. Yeah. Fingers are a good thing. Okay, so the leaves, what I typically do is I just stack them up. I do the same thing with basil. If we're doing anything with basil, we take the stems, separate the leaves, and I will just roll them up like cigar fashion. Here we go. Just roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. That way you can get them in a little package here, like that. I don't know if you can see that. And then you can start slicing it as thinly as you can. We're not going to put this in just yet. because I don't want it to be all wilty and icky when we get home. We're about to go run some errands, and so that's why I'm putting in the pasta now. Normally I would put the pasta in like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. But here we go, little tiny shreds. Oh, I just said I'm not gonna put that in right now. Gosh, I'm in a rush here. I'm trying to get this ready and on so we can get on to our errands. Get on to our rat killing, as my grandmother would say. So this is, we're gonna hold for later. And we'll put these in at the very, very end. So that's it. Chicken soup is super, super simple. You could put this on the stove as well. If you had it in a small saucepan or a stock pot, you could do that and it would work beautifully. It would be done much faster because you can turn the heat up as opposed to the crock pot where you get what you get. So anyways, we're gonna put this on. We're gonna go do a rat killing, so to speak. And then when we get back, it should be ready for our supper. So I'm excited about this, y'all. I want to bring y'all along. I might do some cornbread for this, but I think hubby usually likes crackers. So we'll see. We'll just see what we make. So anyway, I will see you guys later, and y'all take care. Be safe out there in this cold. Love on one another, and I will see y'all in the next part of this video because we will be back. Okay guys, we are back from our running around and running errands, and our soup is ready. I made some corn muffins with the Jiffy corn muffin mix. I like this. It makes a small amount and I don't have to keep a lot of ingredients on hand because my space is limited in my pantry. So anyways, so we, it's hot. I did end up adding about 2 teaspoons of the Better Than bouillon. The noodles are nice and dumpling-like. And this is all ready to go, y'all. So, here we go. Let's see if I can get more than just a bowl of noodles. All right, so we're gonna put a couple corn muffins with this, and we're gonna have some dinner. All right. Go ahead and make you some chicken soup. You don't have to go with the whole carcass if you don't want to. You can do the boxed or the canned broth, and you can still make a good chicken soup. You just need the onions, the garlic, the celery, and the carrots for a nice vegetable base. Maybe some pasta if you want to break up just spaghetti in little short lengths. That's greatness as well. I put in a little yellow curry just because of the flavor and the color. And that's about it. Some salt and pepper. Oh, and the bouillon. The Better Than bouillon is awesomeness. Let me grab that real quick so you can see it. Here we go. That's what I use. The Better Than bouillon. I keep it in the fridge after I've opened it. It is awesome. It's like a paste. So it dissolves very, very quickly. It's not like the bouillon cubes that take forever to dissolve. So anyway, it's really yummy. So go ahead, make yourself some chicken soup on a cold day like today, and you are gonna have a nice warm tummy. All right, guys, talk to y'all later. Stay warm out there. Stay safe. Love on one another, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.